Hello and welcome to my channel. Today's video is going to be a kind of like charity shop, Vinted kind of haul. So all of these things are second hand. So if you love those types of videos, I hope you'll enjoy it. Do subscribe and I will get straight into the video. So I've never actually done a video like this. I used to buy quite a lot of things off of Depop, but never enough really to do a haul on them. I bought them very like spaced out, and I tended to prefer things just to get them like in the sale for quite cheap. But recently I've really got into Vinted, and I do have an account on there. I will link it in the description box because I am selling some things. I'm selling some like Killstar things. I got some punk rave things on there, so quite a few things on my shop. I've really come to love Vinted. It sounds like a sponsorship, it's not. But my sister kind of got me into it, and I was finding a lot of the things that I really wanted that have like sold out and are now discontinued from brands, and I have a lot of them to show you today. So I'm really excited for this. It's mainly clothes, but I also have a bag and some like jewellery and accessory type of things too. So lots of things to show you, so I will get straight into it. I'll start with the two charity shop items. So I visited my sister and we went charity shopping because they have like 10 charity shops in their town, so it's like the perfect place to look. And I came across two dresses, very different to what I usually go for. So if these types of things aren't your thing, stick around. There are like branded items in a bit. But one of them is a gold sequiny thing, which is very out my comfort zone. I have never really been a big fan of gold, but lately I've really been getting into it. I tend to stick to silver. Like all my jewellery apart from my engagement ring is silver, and all my bracelets are either silver or stainless steel, so I tend to prefer silver and grey metals. But recently I have been getting into gold, and also sequins, not usually my thing, but I thought this looked really fancy and it kind of gave me, I don't know, Great Gatsby vibes. Because I have recently watched that film. This haul won't be as detailed as my other ones. Like I won't be going through everything in this, like sizing, because this is more of like a hey, I found this. And a lot of these items you won't be able to find, so I can't really link too much. So it's basically a midi length bodycon ish dress. So it's like this. It does have a v-neck. This is completely out of my comfort zone, but it was really cheap. I think it was, yeah, it was like £5, and it's a size 10 from Pretty Little Thing. So I thought this was a very good bargain for a dress like this. And as I said, I got it in a charity shop, but I really liked how it catched the light. I thought it looked really just fancy, like royal and fancy. So I think that's what drew me to this one. But yeah, it's got a v-neck. It goes in at the waist and then it just kind of goes out a little bit, but it is a very tight dress. It is like very tight on the hips, very much like a formal occasion dress. I don't know where I'm gonna wear this to, but I just really liked it, and because it was so cheap I was like, how could I not? And then it's got all of this like mesh with these gold sequins on it, and then it's got like a black underlayer. So I'd say this comes up a bit tight on me. I've never been a 12 like ever, so I feel like this one does come up quite tight, but it could be because it is like that bodycon style. But yeah, so I did find this very pretty, very sparkly and very fancy. And the brand is Pretty Little Thing if you'd like to try and hunt for this. So this is the first one. The second one is bright red. Now I've explained in some of my other videos that my camera really doesn't like red. This is coming up blood red, but it's very much a kind of cherry red, like more of a pink red. Yeah, this is definitely not the colour, but this one I'm still a bit like unsure about. So again, I got it from the charity shop. The brand is called Friday on My Mind. I couldn't find too much on this, and apparently it's called the Becky dress, but because it does have this attached, I'm assuming it is like a brand new dress because this is the official label label, and then the charity shop attached this one, and this was £8 and it's a size small. So that's kind of the branding on it if you'd like to try and find this dress. But what drew me to it was first of all the lace, and also the back of this. I just thought it looked really like fun and kind of cute. So again, it's quite a long dress. I definitely say it's a midi length dress on me at least, and I'm not sure what I will do with this one because I really love the back, but the length is a little bit too long and I'm not crazy about the neckline. So I might try and do something with this, or I'm not quite sure. You can give me some ideas in the comments if you want. But starting at the top, and this might be a bit difficult to see, is it's got these like shoulder panels with all this red lace, and I loved the lace used for this. It looks really, really pretty, like flowers and like all these like, I don't know, like strings kind of down there, and then like the red lace trim. I just thought it was really pretty. I'm not crazy about this neckline. I would have preferred if it was more of like a scoop neckline or just like curved in general. So I'm not crazy about this type of neckline. And then it goes down into a kind of straight, I'd say that's kind of like a straight neckline. And then it just kind of goes down into this red long dress. Again, this is a tight one, but the back of it is what drew me to it. And it's basically this red lace again all down the back, but you've got this see-through red heart, and it kind of gave me like Valentine's vibes a little bit. I'm not sure how this would work with like a bra strap and everything, but I wasn't really thinking too much when I bought this. But I just loved the kind of see-through back, and then it does come down quite low and then again goes into that red lace. It's so much nicer in person of the colour. This red is just not it. But that's kind of the idea of this one. But I mainly liked the back. I kind of wish it was more like a top. I'm not sure if I could adjust that, because I feel like if this was a top and then maybe I stitched that together or something, I'm not sure. As I said, leave your ideas below, because I really like this one and I'd like to do something with it. £8, I feel like it's a good bargain for a new dress. So yeah, that was my second and last charity shop find. The rest of the things I believe I found on Vinted. I'll go through the next gold one. Now, I was looking at Black Milk clothing, and I think this came up on Vinted because I have a few brands saved. I usually look at Killstar, Punk Rave, Spooky Box, New Rock, and Black Milk clothing, because there's a lot of Black Milk clothing that I love that's discontinued. There's also this gorgeous gold dress that I saw someone wear on Instagram, and I absolutely love it. But again, it's a discontinued item because they bring things out in really limited amounts and then they never do them again, which I guess is quite good strategy wise, because then like you kind of have to buy it then and there. But I saw this on Vinted, and I then was looking for a photo of it like on someone, and I came across an Egyptian skirt, and I am searching for that. I really hope I find it. It's very similar to this, but it's not as like layered, because this one has different kind of layers in it. But that one, I'll put a photo on the screen. It's just got like hieroglyphics in it, the ankhs, the scarab beetles, like all this Egyptian imagery, and I love it. And I'd also love to make myself like a gold ankh necklace, because I have the silver ones available in my shop, but I'd like a gold one. And also Mysticum Luna's other brand has started doing ankh rings, so I just want like a whole Egyptian look with that because I really like Egyptian history. So I'd love to find that skirt, but in the meantime I found this one, and this one's gorgeous. So I got it in a size small. I think I would have been better with a medium. It is a tiny bit tight, but as it's on Vinted, there's nothing too much I can do. It's still wearable. It's also still got the tags in, so this was like new with tags, which is amazing. You can definitely find like new items with tags on Vinted, which is really cool. The waist is very tiny, but I will make it work. And it's basically this black mesh skirt. So you've got one layer here, and then you've got a second layer, and it's kind of like a tiered skirt in a way. There's only 2 layers, but for some reason it looks like there's more. But it's got so many different things on it. So the actual print itself is metallic and gold, which is gorgeous. And then the print on this, it's got bats, what's that? I don't even know what that is, like moons, skulls, ram skulls, the eye in like a pyramid, zodiac symbols, crow skulls, trees, branches, pentagrams down there, butterflies, like a skeleton key, snakes, flowers, feathers, swords. Like, it just has everything. It's such a full-on print that I really, really like. I think that's the majority of what's on it. Crystals as well, potion bottles. There's literally so much. It's such a full-on print and I absolutely love it. I like the metallic gold. I also really like how, like, the shade of gold used. I don't really like yellowy golds, and this one's definitely like a light gold, which I really, really like. So I'm really excited now I can actually wear this and put a gold outfit together. I also have gold eyeshadow that I'd really like to use for a look with this. So yeah, this was the black milk clothing item. Wish I could have got it in a medium, but never mind. It does have stretch anyway. And if you want to hunt for this, I'd just type in like black milk clothing gold skirt and kind of keep an eye on it. But I was really excited to find this because they are an Australian brand, and as I said, this isn't available anymore, so I was really excited to find this one. Some of this I found a really long time ago. I think I mentioned that I found this top. So I did a collective haul ages ago with some summer pieces that I found really cheap in the sale. Like, I got the majority of them for like £6 or £10. It was a really good deal. And I found this top and I bought it. It was such a bargain. It was like £6, but they only had a size small, and I'm usually a size medium, which is a size 10 in collective for some reason. But it was too small, unfortunately. So I ended up selling that on, and I was always on the hunt for this in a medium, and I managed to find it off of Vinted. Again, very cheap. I think it was £6. I do actually have the prices on here. Yeah, so I think I got this in the end for £8 with like all the fees and the delivery and everything, so that was a really good deal. I paid £24 for the gold skirt, and that includes delivery. Delivery is around like £3 or £3.50, and then you also have like £1 something in fees on Vinted. So that's how much I paid for those ones. So this is like an off the shoulder top. It's very stretchy. I'd say it fits me well, maybe a tiny bit too big, but as I said, the size small was too small. So I kind of have to go with this one. Got this knot in the middle, and I just really liked this print. I liked the green and purple. I think it's really nice. It's got all these kind of like monstera leaves and different types of leaves, and it's just a really nice kind of like darker tropical print, because I really like prints like this, but they have to have a black background. So I liked how this is all like green and kind of different shades of green and purple on black, which I really liked. Yeah, it's got side zip, and it's just a really nice top. So if you can hear that noise, I think there's like building works or something, but I managed not to have the fan on this time, so at least there is not the fan noise. But yeah, this is collective, and I think it's called like the dark forest, like a forest top or something, if you'd like to hunt for it. But yeah, really, really pleased with this, and this was one of those items that I'd actually been looking for like a year, so I was so happy when this turned up on my Vinted page. I'll break it up with some accessories. So these are some things that I bought more recently. So one other brand I love to look out for is Spooky Box. I used to be subscribed to Spooky Box Club, and I actually really used to like them as a company. I loved their designs, and I still like the majority of their designs, which is why I hunt for them on Vinted. But there's been some things that put me off the brand, like the wait time, and some of their boxes weren't really worth the prices, or they had like a stage in the middle where like none of the items were spooky, which put me off. So there's just been some things. I won't subscribe to Spooky Box like again, but I always like to see what's in the boxes, and if there's something I like, I go and hunt for it. So I found these pins on Vinted and they were literally £1 each, which was a really good deal because I think this one's probably like £10 on the website. So the first one is actually one I've had before. I was subscribed when they brought this pin out, but at the time I was like, it's got too much colour on, it's yellow. And I ended up selling it, and I'm also not a big fan of summer. However, I love spooky summer themed things, and I also love pina coladas, and that's what I'm hoping this is. So this was the first one I got, and I also don't hate gold anymore. So I didn't mind that it was a gold pin, and it's basically a spooky cocktail with like an umbrella, a straw, and this skeleton hand wrapped around it. So I really liked this one. As I said, I actually had this before and sold it on, so it's nice to have it back. So that was the first one. And I also found this, and this was gorgeous, and it's like a Victorian style pin, and I actually have some of their other ones. I've got like the at-rest brooch that they did, also the funerals and cremations one, the skeleton key. Like, they brought out quite a few in this grey style. So I've got all the others, but this was the only one in that style that I don't have. And again, £1 bargain. So it's kind of this elegant looking hand holding this rose. It just looks really Victorian, very, very pretty. So that was the other pin that I got. I absolutely love Spooky Box's pins. I think they're really well made, really unique, and I love the designs of most of them. So I was excited to have these two. And this was my most recent Vinted purchase because, as I said, I like to keep an eye on like what the boxes have in them, and they did like a mortician box, and there's also a bag that I really want, and it's like red, like a fake leather, and it's got this like really bold writing. I don't know if it's like metallic gold or silver, and I really like the imagery. It looks really vampy, so I'm hunting for that. But one of the items in that box was this. I really like this. I'll get it out the wrapper so it's not all scratchy sounding. So it's this coffin necklace, and I can't believe the price I got this for. I paid like £3. Very good bargain considering this would probably be £15, and I wouldn't blame them because this is a huge pendant and it's enamel. So it is made of stainless steel, and I really liked these beads that they put up here. I'm not sure what they're made out of, but I don't know, I liked that effect. And it's this huge coffin, and it's got this almost like cute looking skeleton. Like, it's not super cutesy, but I feel like the skull's quite cute, and it's got all these sparkles around him. I just really liked this. So it came up on Vinted, and I knew that I was after it, and it's a really nice length because I don't like my necklaces to be too long. I did manage to find this little coffin skeleton, so I was really pleased with that. And as I said, I'm on the lookout for the makeup bag. Back to some clothing now. This item I was actually looking for, and I was so pleased when I found it, and it actually fits me really nice. So there's I'm not sure if you'd call her an influencer, but she has a big following on Instagram, probably TikTok, and she has a very different fashion. It's not like Gothic or anything, but it's more, so whimsical goth maybe, or like 90s kind of style, kind of like Buffy the Vampire Slayer as like a whole fashion. So she has some like dark pieces in her wardrobe, but she also wears a lot of colour. She did a reel on where she finds her like thrifted clothes from, and she posted the brands that she looks out for, and one of them was M&S, like vintage M&S. And I was like, what? And it came up with this gorgeous looking corset top that was like black velvet with red flowers on it. And I was like, I need to go hunt for that right now. And I didn't find that one, but I found one that I liked even more. So that one was, I'll put a photo on the screen, but it had like a flower look to it, but the flowers weren't super defined. But then I found this one, and it's got all these roses on it, and this is gorgeous, and this is vintage M&S, so I was really excited to find this. And it's basically a corset top. Again, camera's throwing it off. It's more of a pink red rather than this kind of deep crimson-y looking red, but it is a darker red compared to that dress. And yeah, it's very simple. It's a corset top. It goes straight across. It does have boning in it, which is nice, so it keeps its shape. It does like bend, but they are quite structured in there, and it's got 4 at the front, and then the back has some stretch to it. It is a black crushed velvet, and then the roses look like this, and I love how these are done. Like, you can clearly see the rose heads with all the petals. I just think it's really, really pretty. It's a tiny bit see-through. You can kind of see there. It is actually a mesh on the front and a velvet on the back, but you can't see anything when you put it on. And then it just has like straps, and it's just a really cute corset top. I haven't worn it yet. I nearly wore it with the skirt, but it wasn't like the vibe I was going for, but I am so excited to style this because I really, really liked it. This wasn't the cheapest item. I paid £19 for it. I wasn't really too fussed because I really wanted it. And I got it in, I don't even know if it has the sizing in here. Okay, so I got a size 10, and I'm usually like an 8 to 10, and this fits me perfectly. And you can see how old it is because it actually says St. Michael, Marks and Spencer's, made in the UK, which is really cool. So that's the label. Like, you can see how old this item is. So I was really excited to find this. They also do a gold version, which if I get enough wear out of this, I will go back and get that one. But I think it was in a size 8, and now that I know I'm a size 10, I'll have to get like the other one in a size 10. But really excited to find this. Very, very different, and I'm really glad I came across this girl's reel because it was so handy to find out like what brands to search for. So that was the M&S item. Never thought I'd see something like that in M&S. The last top is one, again, I've searched for probably over a year, and it's a Killstar item. I actually went into the sale and I remember looking at it, but I never really wanted it, and it was so cheap. It was probably about £6. And I've seen ones come up in like an extra, extra large, and I was waiting for my size to come up in this, and it finally did. And it's like this tiki vampire style halter neck top. So this one I don't think I paid much for at all. Yeah, I paid £8.80 for this with all the delivery and stuff, so an absolute bargain. So it's basically a halter neck top with this kind of collar, and it just reminds me again of like spooky summer. It's got like the vampire and voodoo kind of theme, but it is a summer top. So it says Revenge of the Voodoo Vampire Kon-Tiki, and then it's got like a vampire head with these skeleton girls with bats and skulls, and then it says at the bottom, the Bella Lugosi, like Bella Lugosi, lounge bloodthirsty since, I don't know if that says 1476. That'd be a very random date. Death's Shore. I don't know if that was the correct date, but this was the design. I also love, again, like the black, purple and green aesthetic. I think it looks really nice together. So I was really excited to find this. I actually got it in a medium. As I said, the only sizes that were coming up were extra, extra large, and then there was like a large, and I was getting a bit like, oh, I just want my size to come up, and then a medium came up. And I thought because this top is like a crop top and it's also super like not forgiving, it does have some stretch to it, like quite a good amount of stretch, but I'm very glad I got this in a medium. It fits me perfectly, and I did ask the seller like what kind of size this would fit, and she said like a 10 or an 8. So I was really glad that I got the medium, but really excited. This was one of the items that I wanted probably more than the rest. Like, for some reason I just really, really wanted this one, so very excited to have this. And also Vinted is going to be good for me because I mentioned in my Jawbreaker haul that I won't be shopping with Killstar from their website anymore. I do have like a story time, I guess, coming up. I'm currently in a PayPal battle with them, so once that's all finished and I have some kind of result, I will kind of do a video on it. But I will still be able to hunt for things on Vinted, which I am glad about, but not from Killstar direct. And saying that, the last 2 items are from Killstar. So I'll go through the bag first, and then I'll go through the dress, which literally arrived 2 days ago. You might remember they bought out coffin bags, and I remember seeing it and absolutely loving it, but I thought I don't need another bag, and honestly I would prefer this in red. And they do this thing where they like to bring out a bunch of things in different colours, like the skulls they have in a bunch of different colours, and I don't know why, but I assumed that they would probably bring this bag out because it was really popular in like a bunch of different colours. They bought it out originally in black and purple, and I thought surely they would do red. Like, it's such a vampy bag, they could not do red. So I kind of waited, and it sold out and it never came back, and then I was like, I really wanted that bag. And I started looking for it, and it was just impossible to find. It's literally nowhere. I found it off of Vinted, and it was not cheap because their bags are really like sought after, and I paid about £45 for this, but I knew like this was bought out when Killstar bags were amazing, kind of in their like good era, and I knew this was gonna be a good bag. It's also kind of a lot bigger than my other ones, so it's not that I won't get use out of this. I've already taken this out, and it's really cool. I have like the pumpkin bag and the McGoth bag, which again, very sought after. I've seen those go for over £100, especially the pumpkin one. So their bags, like, before they kind of went downhill and have no quality control, before that they were really good, and this was kind of in that era. So it's basically a coffin bag, and what I love about this Killstar one in particular, because I know there's some other companies that do coffin bags, but I loved how you wear it like this. I never really liked the bags that go like this. When the coffins are upright, they're usually a backpack, which I think looks really cool, but I wanted more of a shoulder bag, and also they only have an opening from here to here, and I'm just like, how would you get something out of there? So I loved how this one has a zip on the side and it sits like this. I just really liked how that sat, and I also love the materials of this. So it is a fake leather, but on the front it's got this velvet pattern, and I actually have a dress that matches this, and it's a black velvet with skulls and roses in it. Does it have skulls? Yeah, it does. There's like a skull above the bat, and I loved the kind of metallicness of this, and it's also on the other side. And then on the front, as you could see, it has a bat and it says Killstar. It's just very vampy. It does also have handles so you can carry it, and it has a chain in here, and then it does also have a purple velvet lining, and then it's got like a pocket down there. I don't know why they didn't do a red lining. Like, I feel like that was very obvious. But never mind. So that was the coffin bag that I found. As I said, it's probably the most expensive thing I've bought from Vinted, but it was, again, one of the items that I really wanted, and they're hard to find, especially in like a nice condition. I think this one was sold in very good condition. It does have one eyeliner stain at the bottom. It still looks like in very good condition, like none of the leather's peeling off or anything. It also has a cross zip on here, which hopefully you can see. The only thing I would say is it doesn't balance very well, which surprised me. Like, even if you've got like a lot of stuff in it, it tends to fall this way. I'm not sure why, but I feel like just some more weight in the bottom of it would have solved that issue. So that's my only criticism of this, but once you've like got it on a shoulder strap against you, it's fine. But I would say that is one annoying thing. But anyway, that is the coffin bag. And the last item in this haul is a dress, and it's a jumper dress. I think it was 3 years ago, because I bought this jumper dress and it's got a moon on it, and I'll put a photo on the screen so you can see. And I bought that a year before I was meant to go to America because of all the COVID stuff. So I was meant to go earlier, so I ordered the dress, but then I ended up not being able to go for like over a year. So I probably bought this dress like 3 years ago, and I love it. I wear it every winter. It's like the perfect thing that's very flattering. It doesn't make you look boxy at all. It's a very flattering fit to it. You don't need to do much to it. It already looks like really cool. You could put some like platform boots with it and a spiked kind of choker with it, and you're like ready to go. It looks really cool, very easy to dress up and dress down. It's very flattering, and more importantly, it's very cozy. It's kind of like wearing this thermal blanket. Like, it's so cozy. I remember I would wear the other version of this dress that I have now to like uni all the time, where I just feel like so in the morning and I just want to throw on this and be cozy. Like, I love these dresses and I'm so sad that they don't make them anymore. That's probably one of my favourite things from Killstar, because I wear these like religiously every winter. But I had one that said witch on it and I bought it off of eBay for like £8 and it was such a bargain, but because of that it was a medium and I did wear it quite a lot, but it was still in very good condition, and I ended up selling it on Vinted because I then got the moon one. The moon one was so flattering that when I put the witch one on I was like, this doesn't look right. So I thought I'm just gonna sell it because I'm realistically never gonna pick to wear that over the moon one. But anyway, I then found the small on Vinted, and again I didn't pay much for this. I think I paid like 10 or 12, okay, 14 with like the shipping, but it started off as like 10, which was a very good deal, and I'm so happy to have this back because I love this dress. So it says witch on it in this bold white text. It's got a kind of scoop line neckline, and look at the fluffiness of this dress. Like, it's so insanely fluffy, and it is like a bodycon dress, but it's the most flattering bodycon dress ever, because I don't know if it's because of like this fluffiness. Like, I don't even know if you can see like how fluffy this is, but it's literally the best jumper dress in the world. So I'm really excited to have this back. It's just got like fluffy sleeves, like you can see how fluffy it is. I would say if you can find one of those in your sizes, I would 100% recommend it. I have washed it and washed it and washed it and it's still insanely fluffy. It's not like one of those things that you wash and then it's like not cozy at all. I wish they did more. I wish they did like a back cutout and maybe some different ones. I feel like that would be really cool, but they haven't done them in like 3 years, and with the way Killstar are going, I don't think they're going to do something of that quality again. But that was my kind of vintage, secondhand, kind of thrifted haul. I really hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you'd like a second one. I'm sure I will gather up enough stuff soon. As I said, I really love shopping on Vinted at the moment because I'm finding all the stuff that I want that's all discontinued and it's usually for a very good affordable price. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what your favorite item was in the comments below. Do subscribe and hopefully I'll see you in my next video.